Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well-rounded what's going on around the world. If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's get started today. Barack Hussein Obama, he goes on his wife's or Big Mike's podcast and says that every young boy needs to have a gay man in his life. Let's jump into the video. I have a lot to say about this. Let's jump into the video and I'll go from there.
That's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And
really? Barack Hussein Obama wants you to believe that your dad shouldn't be the only man in your life that you depend on. Now, let me get this straight, Barack Hussein Obama. You claim to be an American black man, which I've been saying for years. I don't consider Barack Hussein Obama a black American. I know a lot of people get offended by that. I don't know what to tell you. I consider him foreign-born, Indonesia, wherever the hell he's born. But let's just say hypothetically, Barack Hussein Obama is a black man. The most important person in a black man's life, a young black man, a young boy, a son, whoever, is his father. And it should always be his father because his father can pass down his wisdom from his experiences. You should really only trust your father, your uncle, etc. You get the point. So for Barack Hussein Obama to sit here and say that a young boy shouldn't put his trust in his father, but should pick some gay man, like this man is absolutely putrid. He is the epitome of evil. And he sits there and he lies so smoothly, and his disdain for the nuclear family, the norm, his disdain for it just speaks volumes. He is a disgusting, vile individual. Why would you want your son, a young boy, to be surrounded by gay men? Let me make myself clear. Gay people, you could do whatever you want. It's none of my business who you sleep with. Personally, I don't care. But if anybody asks me, what do I think about gay, anything? The first thing I say, it's a sin. If you don't like it, if your feelings are hurt, too bad. That's my opinion. Being gay is a sin, and I don't have to accept it. Doesn't mean I have to hate anybody. It just means that I don't believe in that. I believe in a man and a woman, and that's it. I don't believe in 76 genders. I don't believe in men with men. That's your business, and I don't care. And the only time I do care is when you put it in everybody's face and you want it to be mainstream in the norm. That's when I care.
And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get this straight. So somebody should give, what Hussein Obama is saying is this. Somebody needs to give the boy perspective on his father. So if his father's about the Bible, if his father's about God, you want a gay man who might not believe in those things just because he's gay, that young man, that young boy should look up to him because he sleeps with other men. That should be the young boy's God. That's what Hussein Obama is saying right now. And if you're okay with this, there's something wrong with you.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant.
I love how Barack here, he tries to go back to pretend like he's masculine. I was saying ignorant things in college and the gay guy checked. No, you weren't. No, you weren't, Bathhouse Barry. Because in Chicago, you're known as Bathhouse Barry. In your own book, in your own words, you wrote how you daydream all day about having sex with men. Straight men don't think about those things. Straight men love women. You know, in the 80s and the 90s, when young boys and men would have pictures on the wall of girls in bikinis, laying across Corvettes. That was the norm, Barry. But you and your disgusting Democratic Party, the new norm to you is you think strange gay men should be around young boys so they could influence their truth that they don't like their father, the boy's father, because he's godly, and he might tell that boy being gay is a sin. Hussein Obama, he's just a vile. And the way he sits there so calmly, smooth, he's just despicable. He's a disgusting human being.
Mm-hmm.
You need that
Well,
to show empathy and kindness. And by the way,
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I need a gay person to show me empathy and kindness. So no straight person could show me empathy and kindness. Only gay people can show you that. Right, Barry? That's what you're saying. That's what he just said.
you need that person
Yeah.
in your friend group so that if you then have
Mm-hmm.
a boy who's
No, Barry, and people's friends groups, do you know what you really need? You need godly, educated professionals. That's what you need in your friends group, because your friends reveal who you are. Not a grown man that wears a dress, not a grown man that thinks there's 79 genders, not a grown man who thinks it's okay to talk to a 6-year-old about cutting his penis off. That's not the norm, Barry.
who's
Yeah.
gay or non-binary or what have you. They have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not
Mhm.
alone in this. And
There's no such thing as non-binary. You're a man or a woman, and you don't get to choose. You could say whatever you want, all the comment section, don't care. I don't care. I don't care if there's 1,000 of you standing in front of me. I'll say the same thing. You're a man or a woman. You don't get to pick. You can be gay all day, don't care. That's up to you. But this non-binary, and you think you're going to switch genders, it's a bunch of garbage.
that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy,
Mm-hmm. One
um,
dad.
one dad.
So he doesn't think that young boys should just have exposure to their dad. All men need their dad. But in America, if he was a real black man like he claims to be, young black men really need their dad. And he should know that. I wouldn't expect any other garbage to come from Hussein Obama's mouth.
No matter how good the dad
Dad
is.
is. He can't be
Like
everything.
he can't be everything. And
Oh.
that boy
Your dad can't be your everything. Really, Barry? So you should trust, first of all, the only person you should trust is God. And the second person you should trust is your own dad. But according to Barry here, your father can't be your everything. I'm going to keep repeating that because that's absolutely disgusting what he just said.
may need somebody to give
Mm-hmm.
the boys some perspective on the dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as
No, it's all to influence the boy to be into that lifestyle, Barry. That's what it is. So he thinks it's okay that a gay guy should give the guy's son perspective on his value system. Sounds like grooming to me, Barry.
in your friend group so that if you then have
Mm-hmm.
a boy who's
Yeah.
gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not
Mhm.
alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So
Barry, you know what all young boys need? They need people like you to stay the hell away from them. You and your disgusting, vile wife and all your disgusting, vile ideas. The way other people, American citizens, raise their children is none of your effing business, Barry. So I love when Barack Hussein Obama always acts like he's some moral compass of, I know that Barack Hussein Obama is Muslim. How come he doesn't take these wonderful ideas about homosexuality to Islamic countries? Since he's Mr. Islamic himself, he even says, the most beautiful sound I've ever heard is the call to prayer. So, Barry, why don't you take all these wonderful ideas to Islamic countries and see how it goes for you? Stop pushing it on American citizens and take it overseas and let me know how it goes. Listen, I could sit here all day and repeat myself over and over again, my disdain for Barack Hussein Obama. He makes me absolutely sick. For any young man that watches this, number one should be God. If you have a dad, number two should be your father. Number 3 should be your uncle. It shouldn't be some stranger, okay? And you shouldn't look up to somebody just because they're a homosexual and sleep with other men. Because that's what Barack Hussein Obama is implying, that a gay man, because he sleeps with other men, will have some type of perspective to give you. And trust me when I tell you, it's going to go against every single thing that your father, for the most part, in normal households, in a godly household, stands for. Barack Obama, I don't ever want to hear the word Barack Obama and God's name in the same sentence, because the destruction that he has caused the United States of America in his 8 years as president can never be undone. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.